This is Robert Pruitt. I'm here at the Mississippi Museum of Art. We're in the exhibition A Movement in Every Direction, Legacies of the Great Migration, and you're watching Black Art in America.
What does liberty look like for Black people? And how do we start to define ourselves once we're no longer hindered by these notions of whatever all the stuff is that we kind of existed under for the last 400 years. So when I use fashion, I tend to think about it as a doormat. I'm looking at things that specifically look like Black people reaching for a type of liberty or a type of self-determination. Even, I'm Black colleges, Black high schools, when we start to adorn ourselves in dress that evokes our community, our culture. I think for me that's about a type of liberation, where we're not bogged down by this kind of other existence. Our existence is more about what do we do, who are we as we define ourselves. Yeah. So I struggle with the Black utopia. I don't know if I should be designing a Black utopia. Who am I to design it? I'm only one member of a huge thing. It's going to take a collective.
What's the role of the artist? Are we leading or are we following? I tend to think we need to take our cues from the culture. And we've been given this opportunity, this space to kind of speak. It feels weird to also take the floor and be this is what we should be doing. I live a fairly privileged life now. How do I speak to everybody's existence? I need to be taking cues from what I'm seeing, building out of that. I think you're right. Yes, we should be doing both, but a lot of it is following the culture and seeing it. Because we can see the things in the culture that I think people who are not making art don't really have time to see. And I think that's the special power we have, is we have time to look for a long time, long looks and observation, and then regurgitating that. And sometimes that looks like Afrofuturism, but that thing exists in the culture now. That utopia exists. Everything that we're taking cues from what's already happening. I tend to think about the feeling of a place, of a time, of people. How do I start to give clues to that in a thing that's a drawing? How do I dress someone in a way that tells the viewer this is the feeling I'm describing? So I'm trying to concretize this feeling of walking around Harlem, walking around Third Ward, and seeing people doing their daily activities, what that might, how do I share that experience? And that's what I mean by concretize the ephemeral. Looking for what are the objects, what are the adornments, what are the clothing that give us that space, that give us that feeling, or at least something close to that.